If your mind is negative towards something, it's going to be difficult for you to get that thing if it is a positive thing. Positive attracts positive and negative attracts negative. So if you want to achieve a positive thing and you're thinking towards that thing, you need to ask several questions. Why? How? Hello, I'm Kamusu H. Kuma, and I really do wish I learned this back then in school. And that is the power of your mind and how you can use it to get what you want. I want to talk briefly about the importance of the subconscious mind and your conscious mind, which forms your mental faculty, how you think, what you think. If you are thinking negative, you're thinking all the things that you can achieve. You're thinking about all the things that could happen to you, which are bad, and you are afraid. You are drawing them more closer to you. You are attracting them. If you think positively, you will get positive results. If you think negatively, you will get negative results. So that is why you understanding this, you have to work consciously towards thinking positively. You need to understand that you are the master of your universe, your world. Once you have your mind, if you use your mind against yourself, it can be a real lethal weapon. But if you use your mind to work for you, it can be the greatest app ever created. And yes, it is. Our mind is the greatest application ever created. If only we can use it to work for us. We have the two channels. We have the negative channel and the positive channel. The negative channel is all about negativity. And this is by default. People think two ways. People think negatively and positively. And even if you always think positively, it does not mean negative thoughts do not come into your mind. But if you've trained your mind, you've mastered your mind to understand how to think, whenever those negative thoughts come into your mind, you would have learned some exercises on how to channel your thoughts positively. For instance, for me, most of the times, I just get this negative thinking that comes on around me. It happens anytime in the day. Sometimes it happens first thing in the morning when I wake up. There are just some negative thoughts that pop into my mind. But because I've understood that what you think about, you become, immediately I start consciously channeling my thoughts to things that will make me feel good. For instance, like listening to music, or like watching an inspirational video, or like thinking about something that will put a smile on my face. When I think about all the negativities around me, when I think about all my fears, and it's begin to sink within me, emotionally it deteriorates you. Emotionally, it sees your creativity. You cannot be creative if you're always negative, if you're always fearful, if you're always thinking about what was the worst that could happen. It limits your creativity. And it creates a lot of other negative things that you wouldn't like to experience, like self-induced illnesses. A lot of people get into depression because they have not been able to process their thoughts, to think what they want to think. After it hits, that's all. They are gone. They cannot revive. But I tell you, if you channel your mind positively, you understand that no matter where you are, you may be rock bottom, but you can get back, you can bounce back. Don't be self-pity. Most of the time that I want to feel sorry for myself, I remind myself that I'm not sorry. Why should I feel sorry for myself? I have to take the action to get what I want, to get where I want. You don't have to be a self-pity human being. You always pity yourself. You always feel sorry for yourself. Whenever you think about all the things that are happening around you, you think about the things that you don't have that you want, and you want to feel self-pity. Think about the things you have that others don't have. Think about your blessings. Think about who you can help. Just turn and look around. Who you are in a better position than. And how can you reach out? How can you help? But people don't get attracted to people who are self-pity, who are complainers, who always tell people about their misfortune. Wherever you are, whatever you do, you have the power. Once you have your mind, you're not a madman, you've not lost your senses. Once you have this, you can start from whatever position. You don't gain loyalty by being sorry for yourself. You get loyalty by being attractive, by doing things that will draw other people closer to you. Because I tell you, society does not demand us to succeed, but we demand it upon ourselves to succeed. And once you have the mind, you have all it takes to get to the next level. Two kids from the same parents. The father was a drunkard and he died a drunkard. The one child took over the father's drunkenness and felt it was okay because his father died of drunkenness. and it's not a taboo for him to follow suit because it's in the family. It's a family circle. And the other child was like, I'm not going to end up that way. That's horrible. That's not how I want to end up. Seeing my father ended up that way should be a lesson for me. And I'm going to be different. I'm going to prove to myself and I'm going to prove to the world that I can be greater. I'm not going to follow my father's footsteps. So you see, they are two different people of the same parents, but because of the way they think, the one ended up becoming a drunkard and the other one ended up becoming someone very influential, powerful, and rich in the society. Both of them should become a drunkard because their father was a drunkard. I tell you, this life is one and one time only. So you have to live it to the fullest. Don't die until you die. But it all starts with the mind. So I wish I could have learned this back then in school. There are a lot of things I'm doing today I could have done differently. But it's never too late. Be a creator. Be attractive and you will have loyalists. But it all starts with the mind. First, you have to think good. Think good and you will act good. But if you think negatively, you will act negatively. You can't get what you want by doing the opposite. You have to do the things that will get you to where you want to get to. If you can't think it, I'm sorry, pal, you can't achieve it. You first have to think it, process it mentally, and then you can work towards achieving it. So let's use our mind to work for us and not work against us. Until I see you next time, peace.